Welcome to part 4 of my presentation on innovation and technology in accounting. So far, we have discussed how we can free up more of our time by exploring outsourcing, marketing, and technology to improve functionality and profitability in an accounting firm. The biggest objection I receive from other accountants when I bring up outsourcing or technology is that they would not know what to do with their staff if they didn't have them occupied doing daily compliance work. Would you believe me if I told you that you can actually increase the profitability of your firm and reduce overhead simply by adding consulting services? Perhaps you are more strongly motivated by a desire to improve your work-life balance. Regardless of your motivation for listening thus far, I hope to present an alternate reality that may intrigue you. I initially approached consulting as a way to explore business in greater detail. Plain and simple, I was drawn into it by curiosity. Why did some of my clients thrive while others struggled to survive? This curiosity has put me on a very interesting journey. I chose to explore consulting in order to assist clients and build better relationships. I had no idea that I was about to embark on an epic journey that would leave me questioning the traditional accounting firm model. I believe that accountants are in a unique position, most often referred to as most trusted advisor. We are the person that our clients trust the most, and we should be the one to offer them the advice that they so desperately need. If we do not offer this, someone else will happily step in to fill the role. I find the role of consultant to be more rewarding personally and professionally. I am able to complete work that I love and bill higher fees for my service. My clients are thrilled because they see value in what I offer them. I heard an interesting comment this week. The specialist can always outbill the generalist. Money is not everything, but I have no objections to providing high value and being paid accordingly. In this section, we will discuss consulting tools, developing a consulting mindset, and potential consulting services that can be offered to our clients. When I first entered the realm of consulting, I had to wear many hats. I tried truly to be all things to all people. If a client had a business challenge, I would have to create a unique solution for each issue. I did not have any templates or precedents to draw from. In the beginning, I was extremely inefficient. True, I could charge twice as much per hour, but I was also wasting at least an hour doing research for every hour that I could ultimately bill. Thus, my realized rate was really the same as what it had been when I was doing compliance work. I was stubborn. I believed that with my experience, I could eventually build a library of checklists, systems, and processes for every project. I gave up on this notion after a few months of trial and error, as I just had too many diverse projects and it was virtually impossible to document every possibility. Every single project had a unique methodology and deliverable. This might work if I could bill every hour, but it just didn't suit my desire for structure and it was too inefficient. I was also worried about potential risk exposure. After all, accounting firms use checklists to mitigate risk, and I did not have any such checklists. I wondered if it would be possible to pay someone else to develop the necessary forms for me. I stumbled upon a solution by accident. I was at a client location and was searching online for a specific formula. My search results included a link to a group called RAN1. I was intrigued by their website. In fact, I bookmarked the site to visit in detail that evening at home. I was certain that consulting was my path, but seeing the RAN1 website cemented the idea firmly in my mind. I was thrilled to find a group that focused on educating accountants and providing them with the necessary tools to become consultants. I will warn you right now, I am a raving fan of the RAN1 concept. I speak highly of them simply because I have seen significant results by incorporating their methodology. I'm not a paid spokesperson for RAN1, just an avid fan. I joined RAN1 in February of 2010. I didn't give the tools or the training a fair test immediately, as I was again tied up in tax season. However, on May 1st, I came to a conclusion. I had to either embrace consulting or give it up entirely. I listed my accounting practice for sale and began to work full-time in consulting. It was a challenge trying to wind up my practice and build a new consulting practice, but it was definitely worth it. Once I had access to a multitude of tools, I immediately set out to implement them in every single engagement. It was a bit of overkill and just slightly less efficient than making things up on the spot. My RAN1 coach encouraged me to pick a handful of tools and provide a focused approach for my clients. I agreed and immediately saw a vast improvement in my results. I had checklists, best practices, and direct implementation guides. I only offered a few services and was seeing how profitable consulting could truly be. In October of 2010, I made the commitment to attend the RAN1 annual conference in Orlando, Florida. The experience changed my life and has vastly improved my results. I was welcomed by fellow RAN1 members and thoroughly impressed by the RAN1 team. Now that I had the proper tools, I wanted to make sure that I pursued the best possible mindset to improve my chances of success. I firmly believe that success leaves clues, and I wanted to make sure that I had access to a great coach. At the Orlando conference, a chance meeting with Rick Solomon, president of RAN1 Americas, forced me to evaluate my current results and decide if I was ready to take my practice to a higher level. Our conversation both challenged and intrigued me. Rick suggested a new possibility for my practice, and I was curious enough to explore it further. RAN1 was offering a master's program. Their vision was empowering people to manifest their dream practices and lives. How could I argue with that? I joined their master's program in January of 2011, not really knowing what to expect. Basically, it was a leap of faith as I wanted to experience a new level of success. The master's program was a 2-year adventure, meeting frequently with my peers to discuss our practices. In that period, I saw traditional accountants grow and become consultants. I personally realized that I could never again work solely in a traditional compliance role again. The master's program has now evolved into the Thriving Firm concept. The Thriving Firm team believes that having an amazing, vibrant, profitable practice is much easier than you may think. The RAN1 and Thriving Firm team provide coaching, a collaborative network, resources, and tools to transform your practice and life. After going through the master's program, I have had the great fortune to witness many life-altering changes in my peer group. I was no exception. I now saw opportunities around every corner and was ready and willing to accept what could happen. I learned to be present in meetings, fully engaged, and see what would come from it. I found my results so impressive that I have asked Rick to bring his team to Calgary to put on an event for local accountants. Rick has graciously agreed to provide an introduction to the Thriving Firm concept in Calgary on November 14th and 15th. The event will be open to a small group of accountants who are truly committed to improving their practices. The Thriving Firm is normally a 2-year commitment. However, Rick is taking away the risk by offering participants an introductory 2-day event. If you like what you experience, you are then welcome to join the 2-year program. If you don't, you are not committed to anything further. What services should I provide? I will save you a lot of time if you are interested in consulting. As I mentioned before, I attempted to do everything for everyone. It was not the best way to start my own consulting practice. With some coaching and experimentation, I narrowed my services down to a few specific items that I could provide based on my accounting experience. The first service I introduced was cash flow analysis and budgeting. I started with a very simple model. I exported prior year monthly financials from the bookkeeping software and then updated it based on current year assumptions about growth. This provides a very rudimentary budget, but it was often sufficient for internal planning purposes. As one client put it, the quick budget I had prepared was infinitely better than not having one. I now use a tool called Plan Guru to build my financial models. It is a very detailed tool and provides a lot of options. If you are interested, you can use the promo code Bourgeois. I receive a nominal commission and you will receive a discount on your purchase. I paid full price for the product and it was still a great bargain. I use a local company called Bridge Capital to help me put together financing packages for my clients. I do not believe that geographic proximity is a limitation, as they do most of their work via the internet. I view them as a combination of business partner and financing team for my clients. We have collectively created business plans and proposals which have been instrumental in getting clients the financing that they require. I may not do all of the work, but the end result is still a very happy client. For my larger clients, we prepare quarterly updates using ProfitSense. I like the simplicity of ProfitSense. It allows an admin person to enter basic financial data and generate a substantial report regarding the financial status of the client. I have my designated accountants review for completeness and accuracy. I am effectively able to impress my clients with a significant deliverable at a fairly nominal cost. Ran One has expanded their thriving firm concept to apply to business owners as well. I am able to offer business mentoring through their Thriving Business program. I am working on starting a group in the fall and expect a lot of interest from my clients. At the moment, I am running my own version on a small scale and my clients love it. I like to help my clients by reviewing their portfolios to ensure that they are getting the results that they think they are getting. I am not acting in competition with their investment advisor, just offering a second opinion. I spend less time on compliance, so I am able to sit down with my clients and discuss how they intend to deal with succession and transition. I am afraid to admit that prior to my initiating the conversation, very few actually had any sense of a plan in place. Most were relying on an elusive future buyer without knowing where they would find one. Succession and transition planning has naturally led to helping clients with the actual sale of their businesses. I am finding that many buyers want to have an advisor that is actively involved. By participating, I am able to represent my client in the biggest financial decision of their careers and build trust with the new owner. In this process, I am usually able to retain the client after the business has been sold.